Hi everybody, my name is Jared Weathers and welcome back to the channel, and today is another installment of How Did This Go Wrong? Wait, hold on. I meant the Life and Times of series. Today we examine the life and career of first overall selection, JaMarcus Russell. We're back. Let's go. JaMarcus Russell was born in Mobile, Alabama, and attended Lily B. Williamson High School. During Russell's freshman year, he threw for 2,683 yards with 180 completions, reaching the state championship game. By his sophomore year, Russell had grown to 6'3" and to 185 pounds, had recruiting letters being sent to him, and became more adept with the playbook. Russell passed for 2,616 yards, passing for 67 less yards, but still throwing 20 touchdowns. JaMarcus took his team to the semifinals. The best year Russell ever had in high school was his senior year, throwing for 3,332 yards, 649 yards more than his freshman year, and 2 more touchdowns, ending with 22, while rushing for 400 yards and another 5 touchdowns himself. This year of his high school career earned him an honorable mention in Parade magazine. His 10,774-yard career passing yards broke the Alabama High School Athletic Association record, and his still stands to this day. JaMarcus Russell was featured in an ESPN show called Outside the Lines, documenting high school sports in Mobile. On National Signing Day, for those of you who may not know, is where a high school senior can sign a binding national letter of intent to go to a college or university for sports. Russell committed to Louisiana State University, or LSU, over Florida State University, becoming the LSU Tigers' 28th and final recruit of the 2003 season. Russell redshirted his freshman year and started his sophomore year getting LSU to a 10-1 record, also earning the SEC Western Division title and a top 5 ranking going into the SEC championship game. Russell injured his shoulder in a loss to the Georgia Bulldogs in that SEC championship game, leading to backup quarterback Matt Flynn getting the start in the Peach Bowl, blowing out the Miami Hurricanes 40-3. JaMarcus beat out Matt Flynn again and Ryan Perrilloux for the starting job. Before the season, he changed his number from 4 to 2, which he kept. He led the Tigers to another great record and the Sugar Bowl. Russell threw for 3,129 yards and 28 touchdowns, his most to this point, and 8 interceptions. In the All-State Sugar Bowl, Russell and the number 4 Tigers took on Brady Quinn and the number 11 Fighting Irish. LSU got off to a hot start by racking out 14 points to Notre Dame 7 in the first quarter. LSU and ND tied 7-7 in the second quarter, and by the end of the game, Notre Dame would lose 41-14. 77,781 people attended this game, while 9.3 million households watched on TV. On January 10th, 2007, Russell stated that he would forego his senior year and entered the 2007 NFL Draft. The 2007 NFL Draft took place in Radio City Music Hall, New York City. I already did a video on one other quarterback in this draft class. Check out that video after this one. The first selection of the 2007 draft was LSU's quarterback JaMarcus Russell, taken by the Oakland Raiders, with Kelvin Johnson being the second and Joe Thomas being the third. JaMarcus Russell and the Raiders did not agree on a contract, so the backup would-be quarterback Josh McCown started against the Detroit Lions, losing 36-21. Russell made appearances versus the Denver Broncos, Jacksonville Jaguars, who made his first official start in the last game versus the San Diego Chargers, getting injured and being replaced with Andrew Walter. The Raiders ended the game losing 17-30, finishing 4-12, an improvement from their 2-14 record the year prior. The Raiders drafted Darren McFadden at pick number 4 of the 2008 draft. Tom Cable replaced the former coach Lane Kiffin and announced JaMarcus Russell as the starter. Starting off the season versus the Denver Broncos, the Raiders went 1-4 going in their bye week, ending the season 5-11, doing again better than the year previous. Russell was named the starter for this season. After going 2-7, Russell was benched in favor of backup Bruce Gradkowski. And at first start, Gradkowski beat Carson Palmer and the Bengals, improving to 3-7, ending the season again 5-11. Russell, in an interview during the April Raiders training camp, said, "I'm going to keep going out there, compete for my job, and work my tail off." The Raiders traded for quarterback Jason Campbell, which left the team with 5 quarterbacks. Campbell said that Russell could compete for the starting job. On May 6, Russell was released. The Raiders filed a grievance on May 28, 2010, seeking $9.55 million from Russell as he was paid in advance for the 2010 to 2012 NFL seasons. Russell wanted to return to the NFL and even lost 40 pounds. This was documented by Bleacher Report series JaMarcus Russell's Road Back to the NFL. Russell tried out for the Chicago Bears, but they did not want to add a fourth quarterback to the roster. In April 2016, Russell wrote letters to every NFL team asking for a tryout. No one responded, thus JaMarcus Russell has not played another down in the NFL since 2009. On July 5, 2010, Russell was arrested at his Mobile, Alabama home for being in possession of codeine syrup without a valid prescription. Russell pleaded not guilty and a grand jury decided not to indict Russell. This severely harmed his resale value. In June 2022, after spending many years out of the public eye, Russell wrote a personal essay for the Players Tribune called "Y'all Don't Know a Damn Thing About JaMarcus Russell." Found inside the piece, he addressed his lean consumption during his LSU years, his family, and him being a, quote, bust. Okay, so this might just be me, but here we go. This was completely JaMarcus Russell's fault. He could have really done something. I think the contract disruption made him really undesirable to the Raiders. If he wants to return as a QB coach, I think that would be great. Developing new quarterbacks for the NFL team. He was obviously a great quarterback, and it would be cool to see him to return to the NFL in any way, shape, or form, just not as a quarterback. Go ahead and tell me what you guys think down below. I would love to hear your kind of thoughts about JaMarcus Russell, and I'll see you guys next time.